South Florida, we have many great 70s style homes that can use a little bit of restyling. Today, we share home improvement and decor tips to bring an older home into a new era.
Hello, my name is Alfredo Brito, and I'm the president of Alfredo Brito Interiors. There's a lot of 70 homes that were pretty grand when they built it, and now they're being updated, and they're being redone, refreshed. But it's important to keep the integrity of the house because they were fabulous, and they still are.
We show you how this outdated 70s home was given a fresh new look on today's SoFlo home project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. So if you're thinking of updating an older home, my advice would be to first replace some of the more dated finishes within the house, and then think about reconfiguring the interiors with more functionality to better suit your current lifestyle. This 1970s home has 3,600 square feet, 4 bedrooms, and 4.5 bathrooms. It has been completely updated from fixer to fabulous. Alfredo, welcome to SoFlo Home Project.
Thank you, Alena. Always a pleasure having you.
Great to have you back here with us today. So before we jump into the tour, give us a little backstory, because this is a home from the 70s and there's a lot of distinctive details, but you've completely changed it and we want to know what it looked like before.
Well, when I walked in, this was like the Golden Girls house. It was so 70s, wallpaper print on the walls, terracotta floors, it was dark. Very long, straight hallways, little rooms, and we needed to change all that. And we need to open it up and let the light come in.
So to open up the floor plan and kind of create the spacious feel, you gotta do a lot. And I wanna start with the kitchen, because what you did here is you didn't open it up to the whole home, but you probably opened up the space and made it one large kitchen.
Yes, when we started the kitchen, everybody said, open it up, the island, like everybody else. But my client didn't like the idea, and I didn't either.
I have to tell you, I love that this is closed off. You know, there's something for everyone when it comes to kitchen design. It's a large kitchen. You have this very large dining island area, but it sort of feels cozy at the same time.
Exactly.
I'd like to talk about the island first, because this is not only an island, but a great dining table in the kitchen.
Right. This is the heart of the home. Everything happens here. So I want it to be large and comfortable to sit the family, and that's why I did it this long and this wide.
No, it's great. And what I want to point out to our viewers, you did something interesting here, because I think a lot of the times people think island, one side's a functional side, the other side is the seating, and that's the only way to do it. This way is awesome as well, because you have seating on both sides, plus you still have storage underneath.
Right. White, like everything in Florida, but at the same time, I make sure to have like the warmth of the gold.
I love the gold detail.
Yeah, the gold details. The chairs over here, they're woven, so it adds a little more warmth to it.
Very pretty.
Because if I do very contemporary, then it becomes too sterile, too modern. The lamp also is gold.
And the scale is large, which
Right.
fits so nicely over this.
Right.
I always feel like it's like, never be afraid to go larger with the lighting, because going too small is noticeable, but going very large always works.
Right.
So now let's talk a little bit more about the design details here.
So I did everything very off-white, which is warmer than white, and I accent with black, which you're gonna see all through the house. I'm keeping that same format of black and white everywhere. I think it's classy, it's elegant.
And so let's talk about the black and white accents in here. We've got a great striped wallpaper and a really cool geometric faux Roman shade.
See, the Roman shade matches the wallpaper in a way.
Yes, it plays with the pattern nicely.
Right.
While you stuck with this beautiful classic black and white, all the greenery from the outside adds that color.
Yes. Something else that I suggest when you're doing a kitchen, if you're gonna redo the kitchen, think about changing your plates and your placemats and make everything cohesive. is much more elegant. Nowadays, plates are inexpensive. You can find them everywhere. And it's always nice to have everything coordinated. It's good for your soul.
Design is in the details, right?
Exactly.
So we've got a lot more design to see. We're going to continue touring through this beautifully renovated home and check out the formal living room when we come back. Coming up, we check out the restyled formal living areas of this home on SoFlo Home Project. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to tour this beautiful home designed by Alfredo Brito of Alfredo Brito Interiors. So, Alfredo, we have seen the kitchen, and that was a complete remodel.
Right.
But you had talked about that this home was a series of a lot of hallways and small rooms.
Right.
Now
It
we're in
was.
one large room. The formal living areas of this home are found next to the kitchen. Key changes needed to be made to bring these 70s spaces into a new era.
This was the bigger room of the house. This was the family room. I never liked the fact that you walk in from the front door and you have the family room right here. I rather this being the living room. I thought it was the most important location of the house,
Yes.
and it should be devoted to the formal living room.
Alfredo, so the ceiling. So what did you change from what it was? Did you add the beams and tongue and groove? Was that there?
The beams were dark and the wood was lighter. That was purple and this was yellow and it was very bright and
A lot of 70s colors.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So I make it all the same color.
This is such a nice way to bring height and show off a lot of the detail of the tongue and groove, but at the same time, keep an overall lightness to the space.
Right, and I want to keep the authenticity of the house. And this was one of the most important things.
And now what I also really love is the texture on the walls. So you've brought in this great wall covering. Let's talk about the choices of that.
One of the things that I love the most is that you don't see the seams.
Yes.
You put it and they disappeared. And no matter who walks into the room, they have to go and touch it. What it is crushed cork, and then they do all these different tones, and it's very organic.
And so not to ignore also the foyer. You've got another nice space there where you've really bought some like kind of oversized greenery and this bold mirror and a great piece underneath. It's always a good thing to go a little bit bigger when you can.
Less and bigger.
And less is more, and like you said, and then scale is best large.
Exactly.
Now, Alfredo, right across from us there is a formal dining room, and that was something else completely different before
Oh, my
you
God.
renovated it. And we're gonna share what that was. But before we do that, let's check in with USA Windows and Doors and see what great advice they have for us today.
I'm Jennifer with USA Windows and Doors. It's hurricane season. A lot of homeowners are thinking of upgrading to impact windows and doors, and I am here with John, the president of USA Windows and Doors, and he's going to tell us about all these programs that help homeowners afford getting impact windows and doors. So John, what programs do you offer that can help homeowners?
We have one program that is very popular, which is 100% financing, no money down, at a 0% interest. You can order your impact windows today and you don't have to make monthly payment up to 2 years at 0% interest.
Wow, these are very helpful programs.
We also have other programs and we can work with anyone with any budget.
Now those are great programs, but what are the benefits of upgrading to impact windows and doors?
Most people think that getting impact windows and doors is just for upgrade their old windows, but there are a lot of other benefits of getting impact windows. You can literally cut your homeowner insurance bill by 40%.
That's a huge savings. Is there any other benefits?
On top of it, you can also be saving up to 30% on your electric bill every month.
Now, what are the other benefits of upgrading to impact windows and doors?
Besides the saving, you're also protecting your home, not just during hurricane season. You're protecting your home all year long. You will increase your property value as well. Also, when a hurricane comes, you are safe and secure. You don't have to put shutters, you don't have to do anything. Your home is ready for the storm.
So John, thank you for that very helpful information.
You're welcome.
If you're ready to upgrade your home to impact windows and doors, call USA Windows and Doors today.
So Alfredo, now we are in the formal dining room, which is right across from the formal living room and entryway. And I am curious to know what this particular space was before.
This used to be the formal living room, and it was very deep sunk in. It was so deep that I will sit here in the hallway and my feet will hang and don't touch the bottom.
And that pit is a very 70s style design.
Very.
It's something that in the right space could still be fun, right?
Yes.
But in this space, it made sense to level it so it really kind of becomes one more open area in this entryway, right?
Right. And all one level seems more serene and easy to live with.
Absolutely. And now I want to just point out right in front of us over here is a beautiful barn door that closes off to the kitchen. So very interesting to give your client the opportunity to kind of create that sort of more formal dining area.
Right. Also, this opening wasn't here because this was a living room. Right here in the middle, we have a stone fireplace. That was very 70s with stone and also gave me a more northern feel to it.
So not very SoFlo.
No SoFlo at all, no. It was dark brown and it looks like something you find in Montana.
Very lodge.
Very lodge,
Okay.
yes.
Now, one more quick thing I want to touch on, dining table. Okay, the arrangements and the light. We talked earlier about scale of light fixtures, right? Here again, a larger scale, nice linear fixture, and then you kind of paired it with larger scale kind of botanicals underneath here. I love this juxtaposition.
I bought these beautiful hydrangeas, but they were not enough for the size of the planters. So I said, what should I do now? And these elephant ears are everywhere out there in the garden. So I went and I cut 9 of them. Never underestimate here in Florida what we have in our gardens because they can turn into something beautiful and it's sitting out there in front of you and probably you haven't even paid attention to it.
So this has been great, but we've got
Thank
more
you.
to see.
Of course, yes.
And we're going to continue touring through this beautiful home when we come back. Coming up next, we check out a cozy family room designed with neutral tones and rich textures on SoFlo Home Project.
SoFlo Home Project is sponsored in part by Eldorado Furniture. Looking to refresh your home? Visit us online at eldoradofurniture.com or a showroom near you.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to tour this home with interior designer Alfredo Brito of Alfredo Brito Interiors. So, Alfredo, we have seen the formal dining room, formal living room, and the kitchen.
Right.
And now we're in the family room. The family room was once a combination of several different spaces, which has now become the heart of this home.
This was a series of bedrooms, actually 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. I tore them down and then created this family room.
Wow.
That originally was in the front.
Where the formal living room.
Right, exactly.
So this sort of reconfiguration, we talk about in older homes, how everything is smaller rooms, lots of hallways leading to all of these smaller rooms. So when you
Right.
get a chance to completely gut the interior, you get to create more spacious areas that really allow the homeowners to really enjoy the space. I mean, this is a nice size family room.
It's very comfortable. Also, when you have little rooms, you have little windows or little French doors, which I tore them down and I created big sliding doors.
Which is so nice because not only do you get a great view to the outside, but all this natural
Right.
light.
Exactly.
So let's talk a little bit about decor now.
We're in Florida, so what better than corals and seashells and stuff like that? The pillows are an array of different
So many great textures.
Right.
I love that.
This one is very rough and looks like a robe. This is velvet.
And then the rug itself, soft.
Right.
more muted.
Right.
And now the rest of the accessories I'm seeing, I love the placement of like the large lanterns to bring in that black and all the greenery. So let's talk about, you kind of got that throughout the space.
Yes, they're so warm and inviting to have plants and leaves and trees inside the rooms. I love them.
What also brings a lot to the space is the addition of the wallpaper that we've seen throughout right behind me here.
Right.
I love that.
Exactly. It wraps all the way around.
And is there any tips you have for that? You said kind of balancing out where you're placing it.
Exactly. It's a balance of painted walls with wallpaper and also a balance of using the wallpaper on the left and the right.
So kind of reflecting.
Hallways, exactly. And I love the way the finish of the doors looks against the wallpaper.
Yes, it really looks great. And also really enjoy the texture of the linen like sheer draperies.
I like the sheer because the sheer cuts the shining of the sun. It brings a glow to the room that makes it very, very magical.
Yes, I love sheers. I feel like they're like a filter for your windows.
Exactly.
If you have it.
Exactly.
It just softens the space, gives it a very nice feel inside. Everything looks beautiful, and it cuts the glare when you're watching some TV.
Exactly, and you can look out and they can look in. So it's a perfect treatment.
It is, it is. Coming up next, we look at ways to update a 70s style bedroom on SoFlo Home Project. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to tour this gorgeous home with Alfredo Brito of Alfredo Brito Interiors. So Alfredo, you have completely remodeled this home and furnished it for your clients.
Yes.
And we have seen a lot of the main spaces of the home, the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, family room. But now we're in the more sort of private quarters of the home, in the primary bedroom.
Right.
The primary suite is located on the opposite side of the living room. This room has been updated into a contemporary space with an elegant color palette. What is it that you did here? Was this particular space, it's quite spacious as a room. Was this reconfigured or was this just remodeled within the original
It was
space?
reconfigured. There was a window here
Wow, so big changes.
that closed, yes, and this area belongs to the bathroom.
Ah, okay.
It was a bigger bathroom.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So actually, we push it back and we add it. So it's not that it's smaller now.
You gained more space.
Exactly. Here I stopped with the black and white and I went to this olive green.
Very pretty.
Which is very elegant, very soothing.
Yes. I kind of love in here, again, you still brought in some subtle textures. We talked about that kind of throughout the home, just really subtle, very soft touches of grays and the
Yes.
white. And even with the rug, just a very subtle pattern, raised texture.
Right. That runs into the master bath.
So let's talk about that, because this bathroom is fabulous and I'm just catching a little peek. First and foremost, the shower is amazing.
There was a tub there that I pull out and then I just did a huge, comfortable shower.
A lot of the time in the primary bath, we're seeing this, if someone doesn't use the tub all the time and they want that big shower, it's such a better use of the space.
Exactly.
The wall tile in the shower is beautiful. I mean, it's got this raised kind of geometric pattern.
Right, more three-dimensional.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you juxtaposed it with that great kind of wall covering we've seen throughout.
Here I went to the more olive greens. So
It's a really nice tone.
that wallpaper, it goes very well with this.
It still lives as such a nice, beautiful neutral, very soothing, very calming, perfect for your sleeping quarters and your bathroom.
Exactly. And this barn door is a glass
great.
barn door, white, and it closes very clean,
nice. Yes.
and it disappeared.
I love that. And I think it's a nice way. I mean, it's such a great, beautiful looking bathroom, but this still gives you this kind of lightness to it when it's closed as
And
well.
privacy.
So Alfredo, I want to thank you. This has been so much fun touring your client's beautiful home with you, learning about how you kind of brought this 1970s style home into modern times. This has been awesome learning how you did that.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Always a pleasure being in the show.
Yes, well, we love touring your work.
Thank you.
And now let's take a look at what design inspiration we have for you next week on SoFlo Home Project. We have expert advice that will help you plan and weather any tropical storm during this hurricane season. And before we go, let's check in with Hunter Franke, the host of SoFlo Health, and see what he's up to tomorrow. Hunter, what's going on?
Hey there, Alena. I'm at a familiar locale, and tomorrow's episode of SoFlo Health is for you. Well, not for you specifically, Alena, but for women. It's all about women's health. We'll get into hair loss, body composition, work-life balance, and a workout just for the ladies. It's all right here on SoFlo Health tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. on the one and only Local 10.
Thanks, Hunter. We will definitely be watching. And to our viewers, we thank you for joining us this week. And we hope to see you again next week for another all-new episode of SoFlo Home Project right here on Local 10. And remember, there's no place like SoFlo Home. If you missed any part of this episode, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at SoFloShows.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.